Hey guys, it's me. I'm back, this time with another Legends of Tomorrow review. And without spoiling too much of what I think about the episode itself, I gotta say, this show is slowly becoming one of my favorite shows of the new shows of this year, I mean. Without further ado, let's get to the actual review itself. Now, it starts off, we pick back up with Carter gone, the team in the ship, but unable to travel because Kendra would not survive it, and she is still in futuristic intensive care. And they find out the reason why is because when Vandal stabbed her with the dagger, some of the dagger pieces broke off and are inside of her, rummaging around in her blood. And if they reach her heart, she dead. So, from this point on, the story splits into three, so I will explain each individual one. The first one that actually deals with Snark, Rory, and Jax, because we find out that this ship here, it has a little ship inside of it that can move on its own. Kind of a little escape pod type thing. Or more like those little ships that were on Serenity. But anyway, so they take the ship. It's because Nark and maybe somewhat Rory want to steal this emerald, but they rope Jax into it because he's the only one that can fly the ship, being a mechanic. And so they go off, they steal the gem, which is in Star City, and then he comes and takes it and gives it to his father. Yes, Snark's father, because Snark, in his mind, wanted to give his father the emerald because it is stealing the emerald that makes his father go to prison. And it's after his father goes to prison that his father comes back and starts beating his kids. And so Snark's mind, if he gets him the emerald, he won't go to jail for stealing it, which means he won't beat him, his mother, or his sister. And they reveal the only reason why he doesn't kill the father is because the sister is yet to be born. And so he does that. Then lo and behold, later on in the episode, we find out that he went to prison on the same day for trying to sell the emerald to an undercover cop. And on our way back from the gem excursion, they get a distress call. Now we switch to, believe it or not, Rip and Sarah together. They try to go steal Savage's money. Well, then they find out that the whole entire bank is filled with assassins from around the world. They take them down, but Sarah almost kills the main guy, and we find out that even though Constantine helped bring her back and helped make her sane again, she still kind of has a little bit of that Thea bloodlust, and so now she considers herself a monster. Well, we find out that Rip, before he picked up the heroes, went back in time to ancient Egypt before Vandal was immortal and tried to kill him, but he hesitated at the final moment. So, they get the last guy, the guy in charge, to take them to another place where Vandal has his, I think it's money and most precious thing. And so they take him, but then they get caught. And we find out that his precious thing, which they were just previously calling the vessel, was Carter's body. And the reason why they were keeping Carter's body is because Carter's body can still be used to them. His blood that you get from Ari can be used to cause temporary immortality so that his servants can be around for like 100 extra. And that's bad. But yeah, so they're in trouble and they need help and they're captured. Then we flip to our third and final subplot episode. It is Ray and Professor Stein dealing with Kendra. They have some good moments where they go back and forth where it's more of, I was your student, I don't remember you, how could you not remember me, maybe you weren't memorable, back and forth. And then they find out about the shards and they think, Atom suit, can it go small enough? Like in the comics, which is awesome, because they call him Atom for a reason, is he can shrink down to an atom. And so he does, and he goes in there and he gets rid of one of the shards, but it goes and knocks piece off his suit. He loses complete confidence in himself, gets out of there. We are reminded about his fiancée who died, which is the whole inspiration for building the Atom suit. And through a pep talk with Stein, he gets the confidence, goes back in, gets rid of all of the shards. It's really cool. And actually some pretty good effects, which makes me think that with more budget, what's it going to be like when Guillermo del Toro does the Fantastic Voyage. Anyway, that's another topic for another time. Anyway, so they get the shards out of her. But after they're done, and she seems to be completely fine and starting to heal, she starts saying an Egyptian cantation, and then she says, Carter, Sarah, and Rip need help. They're at this place. And they're like, that's a weird hallucination she's having. Gideon, can you look up this place? Oh yeah, they're there at this place, right? They're like, oh crap. And so that's when they send out the distress call to Snark, Rory, and Jax, and they just say, instead of coming back, go there. And so they do, and they help them in a cool little sequence where basically Rory, Snark, and Jax are taking Carter's body while Sarah takes on all of Vandal's goons and Rip handles Vandal. But quick side note, little subtle thing that I really liked is we found out in this episode that yes, Jax can handle himself without being Firestorm, because he tackles a guy, he punches another dude, he's holding his own against these bad cult guys. Yeah, because apparently Vandal has evil cult guys, because of course he does. So they get Carter out of there, his body anyway. Then Sarah takes down all the bad guys. Rip fights Vandal, and he actually kills Vandal. But the reason why I say kills is because it's like the situation in the Flash Arrow crossover, where it has to be an incarnation of Kiara or Kofu that take Vandal down. And so he dies, but he's set to come back. And so the team gets in their ship and fly off into the 80, I think they said 83. And they're going to pick up when Vandal first pops back up again in history after basically resurrecting himself. Overall, really good episode with a lot of character moments. I skipped over a lot of them. There were cool stuff about Rip and Sarah feeling themselves to be monsters. Snark in the fact that he's not able to change history, but maybe being part of the team has changed him a little. And there were some good character interactions, like when part of the team goes to save Sarah and Rip, Rory frees them, and he basically says to Sarah, I never thought of you as the damsel in distress type. But like I said, overall, really liked it. Can't wait to see where we go from here, and glad we're now out of the 70s. On to the 80s next week, and I will be reviewing that episode too. So until then, for Legends of Tomorrow's reviews, I will see you later.